What's up, everybody? I'm Tommy with one of my best friends, Jamie. This is the Nerd Table, where there's room for everybody. So pull up a seat and get nerdy.
Bro, it's definitely a room for everybody
Yeah,
nowadays, especially this month.
yeah. Hopefully the room with the table is air conditioned.
Yeah, yeah.
But Jamie, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's been a while since I could hold
Yeah, I gotta
my
readjust
head
everything.
up high. What?
I gotta readjust everything.
Oh.
That's how long it's been. There we go.
Yeah, life been lifing, everybody.
I got sick, then you got sick,
My
and
back all
then like,
fucked. then
yeah,
I got like a very mild case of food poisoning.
yeah. Which I'm fucking shocked, but I mean, you had bad luck at that place anyway.
Yeah, not about to call him out, but yeah. What you been up to lately, bro?
I've actually been playing a lot of games.
Hell yeah, what you been playing?
I
And so
played a
have I.
little bit of Destiny 2.
Okay,
I played a little bit of Warframe,
okay,
and I've been playing a hell of a lot of Pokemon Unite.
nice.
So, yeah, I think I'm gonna be playing Pokemon Unite a lot. I forgot how fun that game is.
I saw
Holy
you
shit!
on it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. You hopped on. I saw you Monday night, right? Yeah.
yeah, I think so. Um, so I've beaten a few games since we last talked.
Nice, nice.
I did we talk about me beating Doom the Dark Ages?
I don't think so.
Well, I beat Doom the Dark Ages.
All right. Well, there you go.
I played and completed Expedition 33.
Nice.
Brother, I'm gonna need you to play it if it's on PC Game Pass.
I think it is.
Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
because it's on normal Game Pass at least. But that's a tearjerker right there.
Yeah.
I beat Power Rangers Rita's Rewind,
Nice.
which for anyone who doesn't know, it's a Power Rangers beat 'em up. Really good game.
Gotta set up my background a little bit better. Bro, I'm getting close to once I get my bookcase
Uh-huh.
and background is going to dramatically change.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, did I show you my have I showed you?
what'd what'd you get?
I've been had this. This is
Oh, you didn't.
yeah, this is the doubles driver.
Nice.
Complete selection modification version 1.5. I think they're gonna make a 2.0 version, which I'm gonna have to probably pick that up too. But
Nice.
so whenever I get enough space to display this, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna do, and it's gonna sound really silly, but this is how a lot of fans of Kamen Rider do. So what they do is they get like a bucket and they flip
Yeah.
it upside down and they put the belt on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah. So I'll be able to display this pretty soon.
Yeah. So I also beat Sonic Colors Ultimate
Nice.
because I'd never played Sonic Colors before, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's so good." I'm like, "Well, let me play it." Um, last
Oh, I
night,
bought a new pair of shoes, by the way.
nice. Last night I beat God of War 3 Remastered,
Nice.
and
Oh,
then
speaking of games to beat, guess what's on good old games right now? That's free. That's DRM free right now.
what?
Devil May Cry 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. I'm gonna see how much it is. That's what cause like when I saw that post today, I was like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
And then there's one other game that I finished because yeah, boy, I got
Oh
a Switch
yeah,
2. This
oh
is just an empty
yeah.
case. My Switch 2 is docked, and I don't feel like grabbing it. But
Oh,
uh,
makes.
Mario Kart World, so good.
I played a little bit of it on my cousin's Switch
Oh
too.
word.
Yeah, which I'm like, damn. I'm thinking about.
You want
Yeah, I
one?
think. I mean, I want one because I've had a chance to play it,
Mm-hmm.
However, I would wait for a special edition,
Fair.
and I will wait in line for said special edition
Or pre-order said special edition instead.
if I can. I mean,
Yeah.
how am I going to pre-order it? Because GameStop will be bullshit, and they'll be like, well, you know, you can do ship from store. No, I don't want to ship from store. I want to pay for it. I
Just
want to pay
do it
on
from
it.
Best Buy, dog.
Oh yeah, that's right. I could do it from Best Buy.
That's what I did.
You're right. See, that's why they pay you the big bucks.
By the way, anybody, sorry if you hear my air conditioner. It's hot as fuck. So it's just gonna happen. And we're the most like non-profitable podcast ever. So I can't afford noise canceling shit.
Yeah, true.
Which
Bro,
means
I'm on good old
make
games
this
right
stuff
now.
blow up.
So they have the entire Devil May Cry HD collection, plus Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, for a total of $14.84.
Bro, if you don't buy that,
I gotta make sure. I don't know if I have. Let me check my games.
like even if you have like one of them, it's worth buying it for all of them.
That's true.
And then you gotta buy 5.
Yeah, whenever they get 5.
They have on there. Yeah, I was about to say it should be pretty cheap on Steam.
True. All right. So yeah, I might have to do that. I'm gonna see how long that sale goes on for.
Yeah.
This might be a thing that I'm gonna have to do.
Oh, for sure.
It doesn't make any sense not to. Because then I can just play both. I could play 3, 1, 4.
I was about to say, don't play 2.
You notice I didn't say 2. I did not say 2 for obvious reasons.
None of the homies play 2.
Damn.
So Jamie,
Mhm.
we got a lot to talk about, but before we do, I need you to answer the question that I sent you.
Oh, that's easy.
So the question, everybody, is
no, and make sure you say it exactly how Eddie Hall said it.
Was Hulk Hogan with the juicy booty?
No.
Okay.
No. Fanny is another word for pussy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's their word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Or Megan Fox with a dick.
Easy. Megan Fox with a dick. Because Hulk Hogan's in the race play, and I'm not
We're
into
all getting fucked by Megan Fox. Just saying.
that.
I don't even give a shit. I'll say it.
Bro, I'm not in the race play, so that's.
I mean, I'm not about to be fucking Hulk Hogan.
Also, Hulk Hogan's like 1,000,000 years old.
Like, also that, but then like getting close, he goes, "Oh yeah, brother." No.
Oh, yeah. As soon as he says, "Oh yeah, brother," no, I'm good.
Nah.
Check, please.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh shit. This sale is good for all the way up until July. All right, yeah.
Hell yeah. I forgot to mute Discord. Give me 1 second, everybody. Let me fix that problem. Shit.
Up on Discord.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do not disturb. Problem solved.
You should have put it in streamer mode.
It's so fast to just hit do not disturb.
Yeah.
It's the same damn thing. And I forgot to switch back over to Streamlabs. Well, OBS, not Streamlabs anymore. But I've got one more wild topic that I didn't tell you about, but I'm gonna save that for the end because it's fucking hilarious.
I like hilariousness.
But before we jump into it, I got a dark humor joke for you.
What the fuck?
What?
No, I'm sorry. I'm messed up.
Good.
I'm on good old games right now, and I'm looking at the store, and I'm looking at some of these prices. I'm like, holy shit, these prices are great.
You're gonna have to get off that website before you go broke, sir.
Bro, Just Cause 2 Complete Edition for $2.
Bro, what the fuck?
Bro, how wild is that?
Yeah.
I think the dog farted. Jesus, that's rough.
So Jamie, why can't Michael Jackson go near a school?
Why can't Michael Jackson go near a school?
Because he's dead. You thought I was gonna call him something allegedly.
I actually I thought there was gonna be something else funny. Hold on, let me grab my water. Give me a second.
Yeah, you're good.
No, I'm literally having to reach around my.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah, it just was behind my monitor.
Gotcha. All right, topics time. The first one that I want to talk about is that that good old game that we play way too much of, Destiny 2.
So
I've got some mixed feelings here.
I have a lot of mixed feelings too, as well. I just think what they're doing is dumb.
So let's recap what they're doing. We're getting I think they called it like Frontiers or whatever it is, which is 2 DLCs, The Edge of Fate and Renegades. What's crazy is combined, they're admittedly smaller events, and each one will last 6 months. Combined, they're smaller than the final shape, and they're like mini seasons, like not mini seasons, mini expansions.
Which
that part I'm okay with.
Fine.
I'm not okay with them charging the same amount.
Yeah, it's what, $100?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's the same price as the final shape, like deluxe edition.
Be charging fucking $50 for that shit.
Why are we being charged $100 for less content?
Admittedly, less content. Admittedly, less exotics.
Yeah.
Less everything. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
There's really been zero hype behind this.
Yeah, they're really killing off a lot of their fan base. We got one trailer,
and the trailer itself, the only hype part was showing the Star Wars skins, which is a pre-order bonus, for the Ultimate Edition or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And that, like, Renegades might have some more Star Wars themed stuff, like a lightsaber, which is cool, but you can't sell me on that of $100 just for a lightsaber.
Also, I'm really surprised that they got anything like Star Wars related. You know what I mean? It seems like they're trying to pad stuff because they know they don't have enough content.
True.
And they spent a large amount of money to get said Star Wars content in the game.
But if there's going to be a crossover, that is one that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, yeah, they are
space magic and space magic.
Yeah.
The big kicker though is at the start of the Edge of Fate, they're resetting everyone's power level to 200, which, for example, ours is like 2,000 something right now.
Yeah, it's close to what, 25? My max light level is 2550 or is it 2450?
I could tell you as soon as I. Oh no, let me see. Ishtar wants me to log in. What does Bungie app wants me to log in? So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
probably something around 2,500. So they're resetting everyone to 200. For the first 3 months, the cap is going to be like 500, and then 3 months after, it's going to be 600. So for the entire 6-month stretch of the Edge of Fate is 600. That part, I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't care. Reset the light level, that's not a problem. Here's the negative. After that 6 months, you get reset right back down to 200.
Yeah, so it's like, what the fuck's the point of grinding?
Yeah, you're not valuing players' time.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, but you can keep the loot. What the fuck is the point if you're just going to depower it?
Yeah. Like, you're basically sunsetting without sunsetting.
Yeah, they're like, oh, if you want to get it back up, you have to infuse it again. I'm like, you know how many materials you waste doing that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that alone makes me not want to buy this expansion.
Same.
Like, it's rare that we're like less than a month out, and I haven't even pre-ordered it yet.
Same.
And I don't know if
we
I
always
will.
pre-ordering expansions like shit.
I'm normally pre-ordering the expansion the day it's announced. That day.
Yeah.
Which is fucking wild. But like, I don't... What is Bungie doing, man?
I don't know. Like, I think they want to try to split their team. Half their team
they've
working
already
on
done
Marathon.
That. More than half the team is on Marathon.
Oh, well. Speaking of Marathon.
Yeah, we're going to go straight into that one.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go straight into that one. But I mean, like, yeah, you're taking over half your team for Marathon, and you're trying to use your Destiny team just to run what little content that they have. And it's like, why would you do that? Like, why are you taking your resources away from your cash cow? You know
what I think they should have done?
You built up so much goodwill with the final shape.
Yeah.
And now you're pissing it all away.
Yeah. In my opinion, should have never done the Frontier stuff. Just don't do it. Yeah. Leave Destiny 2 as the end of the final shape. Yeah. Then you have your seasonal updates for like the events. You want to drop a new like set for trials or do the anniversary stuff. And then you can also bring back old events like the Xur one, or periodically
I'd like Star Racing to come back.
Rotate in the Right of the Nine stuff and all that. Could have easily done that, and then make Destiny 3.
Yeah.
Because Destiny 2 is definitely showing its age.
Yeah.
And Bungie does gunplay like no other. So an old Bungie game is still going to play phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the world and like graphically and narratively, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I think you're right about having Destiny 3. Like, keep Destiny 2 going for, like 2 years or so. And then like release Destiny 3. And then have people like migrate over. It's gonna be Destiny. It's just going to be better.
3.
It's gonna look better. It's gonna play better.
And they can actually tell an entire story.
Yeah, because you're gonna be on a console cycle that has that's gonna be having like way better graphics than what you could do on like the 360 and PS3.
Yeah.
So, and I think they, kind of graphically cap themselves by continuing to use the same engine and not like kind of updating the engine for the consoles. You know what I mean? I know they didn't want to leave people out in the blue or out in the, out in the dark and shit, but still.
Well, when Destiny got when Destiny 2 dropped, I forget what. Wait, hold on. Was Destiny 2 on 360? I thought it was just Destiny 1.
Hold on.
I think it was just Destiny 1.
Destiny.
But yeah, Destiny 2 was not on 360.
Okay, so it just came out on Xbox One.
Yeah, but I mean, even that, like, you're pushing the limits of what an Xbox One or a PS4 can do.
Yeah. Especially when you have like a lot of particle effects from your abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Imagine dropping Warlock Well and the Titan Bubble.
I will give them credit. Them frames don't drop.
Well, that's true. But I mean, imagine how many more like enemies they could have on the screen.
Oh, for sure.
They could have more enemies on the screen. They could have more particle
or
effects.
Imagine a 12-man raid.
Yeah, that's true. They could do that. 12-man raid would be real nice.
Because
Or how about
we've
this?
only ever had one 12-man activity, and that's killing the witness.
Okay, yes, that's true. It was killing the witness.
Yep.
Because it was everybody had
And
to
it
be
was
there for
so
that shit.
cool.
Yeah. And that's something that I think that, like, if they didn't, I don't know, like if they put more resources into just continuing to build on the story, we could have been had Destiny 3. They could have announced Destiny 3 instead of Marathon.
Yeah.
Because
and another thing with these Frontiers, not to cut you off, but I think doing this stuff lessens the impact of the Final Shape story.
oh yeah, 100%. Like Final Shape, especially at the very end of the Final Shape, should have been
The end of
game
Destiny.
over. Destiny 2 is done. So we're gonna be working on something else that's in the Destiny universe. They'll do whatever.
Yeah.
I think they should have. Oh, bro, I got a perfect idea.
What?
Instead of you having a Guardian, if they had like Destiny 3, just do it like ODST.
Yeah.
That would have been badass. It would be like, I don't even know what they would call it, but they would.
Although, like, the power creep in that is, well, not even power creep, the power scale in that would be so far off because, like, normal, like, soldiers and stuff like that would struggle so bad against the Fallen or the Cabal.
Well, I mean, they would have to have.
They would have to be a light bearer.
Well, I'm not even saying like maybe like a light bearer, like something to bridge the gap between, like to bring you not at the same level, but maybe like a level or two under a light bearer. So you can actually go up one on, like, I'm almost saying fuck it, give like the humans like Spartan armor and stuff like that. And I mean, I know that sounds silly, but think about it like this. Okay, well, if we're going to tell a story, we need to at least give the humans a leg up. This is sort of their leg up. And the leg up would be their armor can mimic, not perfect, but mimic light abilities.
Well, hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
To expand on that, what if you play as a guardian who's either lost their light or given it up? So someone like Osiris or Zavala.
Right.
Something like that.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Because both of them are lightless. Yeah. Now, they both have darkness powers now.
Yeah.
But they don't have, like, the whole Rolodex of powers that our Guardian has.
Actually, you know what? I'd like to expand more on that.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have a lightless Guardian, but now has access to darkness powers.
Yeah, like they could finally give us that poison power.
Yeah. So they'd basically be fallen paladins.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool. Yeah. And then you expand on like the darkness and stuff like that, poison, like what all, like, so we had stasis, we had
strand, and that's it for now.
Yeah. Which is dumb. Like, to be honest with you, it should be more. Should be a lot more.
I agree.
So I kind of would like to see so you start out as a lightless guardian, and somebody tempts you with, how about, because your guardian never dabbled in the darkness, so no stasis, no strand, but now you have to go through and find it on your own.
Or Ikora could teach it to you, like she did Zavala.
Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. And then you go on quests and stuff to try to
essentially trials.
Yeah, basically. But then what I'd like to expand on, so instead of having, I would want them to mimic the 7 deadly sins of power set. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
So, you know what I mean? You know? So we already have two. Not two. We have, yeah. We got Stasis and Strand.
Strand.
So you can have, I don't know. Stasis is basically sloth. Strand is fucking lust. I don't know. Wrath could be like
Poison.
Wrath could be poison. Um, I'm forgetting all my sins now.
I got to think of it
you
through Digimon. Let me see.
yeah, you understand where I'm getting at,
Sloth,
right?
gluttony, lust,
Pride.
pride.
Pride could be like your tank spec.
Fuck.
Look. There we go. Definitely sins. Not the anime. Here we go.
Wrath.
All right. Pride,
So we got
greed,
5.
wrath,
Greed.
envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I could actually put
We're missing
like
greed
Guardian.
and envy.
Yeah. I don't know how you could do a darkness power for envy.
Power steal or power drain. Almost like rogue.
True.
Like
Yeah.
steal your power.
I mean, greed would basically be like how
Prismatic.
What happened?
Like prismatic. Where it's just utilizing all the powers together.
Yeah, so instead of you having greed is your prismatic class.
Yeah.
So instead of having, and this would be pure, no, this won't be like, oh well, we pick out a couple of items for you. No, like you pick this, and then it combines them together. It gives you a different type of power set. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think if I really sat down long enough, I could probably put something together that would be way better than what Bungie's coming up with.
Yeah.
Power set wise, you know.
But speaking of Bungie, let's jump off this cliff and go straight into marathon.
I mean, it's a pretty short jump.
So marathon was supposed to come out in September.
Yep.
It's now been delayed indefinitely partially due to the art plagiarism.
Yep.
Which, woof, that was. Oof. How? Just fucking how? How do you not have someone like checking that?
No one was checking it. Somebody basically said, "Hey,
this'll work."
I'm gonna." What?
Someone just said this'll work.
Yeah, basically, and nobody went through and checked the person's work.
Yeah.
Basically.
Someone or multiple people are getting fired over that one. But they're also delaying it because I'm gonna be real, the alpha was shit. The world was empty.
It was the most alpha of all alpha things.
Yeah. They were literally saying that the average number of encounters per match was 1 encounter with player versus player. What?
Yeah, that's dumb. Yeah, I don't.
In an extraction shooter?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, and then you've got Arc Raiders coming out. That's just gonna eat Marathon's lunch.
You know what I wish they did, dude?
What?
I wish that Arc Raiders was like, hey, yo, we're going to drop on the day that Marathon was supposed to.
Oh, that'd be funny.
It'd be hilarious.
That's basically telling them, go fuck yourself.
But
we made a superior product.
They're not as petty as I am, I guess.
Well, there you go.
So, I think that Marathon is truly exposing how bad the management is at Bungie.
Yeah, I don't think Bungie is getting better.
No.
I think they're progressively getting worse, and Marathon is the cherry on top.
I
With
agree.
the this new season pass for Destiny also being a good icing on the cake.
Yeah. And like, I hate to say it because I love Bungie. I think at this point they just need to be completely taken over by Sony.
Kind of agree with you there, man.
Like,
I don't see any other alternatives.
you're
If
missing.
management is this bad, they have to, they gotta gut them. Like, I'm not saying gut, but like get rid of the top and then have Sony take over 100%.
Like, Sony paid when they bought Bungie. They paid for the fact that like no one would get laid off.
Yeah.
What happened 3 months later? Layoffs. What happened 6 months after that? More layoffs.
Yeah.
And then
I
guess
don't understand.
What, Bungie? Let me give you a little lesson on hindsight. Marathon probably wouldn't be total ass if you didn't fire your QA team.
Yeah. Because what is QA? Quality assurance. Which, guess what?
Marathon's got none.
Yeah, they would have caught these art assets and be like, "Hey, this is like these assets aren't ours."
Not only that, they would have fucking played the game.
Yeah. Like, shit, I don't know, man. Like this shit is aggravating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I don't understand it, dude. I don't. And then you've got the people that were laid off that were making the like MOBA fighting game from Bungie that were like, fuck it, we're gonna make our own studio and keep this game going.
Yeah.
And because Sony owned it, because it was a Bungie thing, they were like, hey, we got you. So Bungie lost that. Like, what the fuck?
I don't understand. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Zero.
It doesn't make any sense why.
And it's not making dollars.
Yeah. Like they're not, they could be making so much more money if they decided to not go through and shit can people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the shit canning is like I'm tired of the whole
record profits but record firings.
Yeah, it's the same way that they have for a lot of companies out there.
Yeah.
Like and the WWE is a perfect example. Like they had record profits. They're selling out. They're hitting the gates for all of this stuff. Oh, well, every year we do a bus flip, so we're gonna fire a bunch of people. And
I'm like, fucking wild, because everyone knows that's not my realm. And then they fired R-Truth, that I text you. I was like, I got beef.
Yeah,
I got
and
beef.
they brought his ass right the fuck back because
fans took over the show.
Yeah, fans taking over the show and everything else like that, and it's like, how do you get rid of a staple person that has been in the company since the Attitude Era? The Attitude Era. And yes, he got let go and he went off to TNA or NWA TNA at that time. But now he came back.
Yeah.
And he's been like,
he's synonymous with the brand. Yeah,
he might have not been, a what's the word? Might not have been a hardcore individual with in a lot of major storylines, but he did have storylines and he was popular with a lot of people.
Arguably the most top 5 most known guys on their roster too.
Yes.
Like,
that's why I always thought, I was like, bro, R-Truth is a lifer. He's a lifer. He's gonna basically be there he outlasted Vince McMahon.
Well, apparently now he is gonna be a lifer because apparently he's gonna retire there.
Good. And let him be like in creative.
Dethrone John Cena. Just saying.
Well, I don't know about dethroning John Cena, but
dethrone John Cena.
I would like to have and I know this sucks and I'd rather it not happen, but I want R-Truth to beat Cena for the title and then Seth Rollins cashes in on him and gets the title like
It
that.
could be a 4-second reign. I don't care. Beat John Cena.
I hate to say that. I really truly do. But at least in the record books, he'll be a world champion.
I also saw because I was going a little bit down the rabbit hole when they fired him. I saw somewhere that he has the most not world titles but title wins in WWE history.
Yeah, it's like 60-some wins.
And
it's because he won the 24/7 title a lot. You know, he always had the 24/7 title. And the 24/7 title, it was a title made
Wasn't that
just for
the joke version of the hardcore one or whatever?
Basically, yeah. However, it's you had to defend the title, for 24/7,
Because R-Truth was one of those guys, I'd see clips, and I'd see his name, and I'd watch it. And one of my favorite clips of his is he's like, the 24/7, 365, I-95 South, and Kentucky champ is undeclaring for the Royal Rumble. When he called out Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Can you tell I've seen that video quite a bit to know exactly that shit?
Mm-hmm.
24/7, 365 of I-95 South and Kentucky.
Very funny. I mean...
But, that... Oh, and speaking of Vince McMahon, you're not gonna believe this shit.
Okay.
Guess what that man's trying to buy?
What?
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
What?
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
For what? Why?
To own it.
That motherfucker don't got money like that. What's he gonna do? Liquidate the rest of his shares just to go and buy the
Probably.
BFC? Wait, is it Bear? No, it's
BKFC.
Yeah.
So here's another crazy thing. Conor McGregor's one of the owners of it right now.
Oh Christ! I think he'd probably try to have Vince McMahon get in. I think he'd probably try to talk a lot of people.
He'd probably work with Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a creative aspect, those two minds would be brilliant together.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking brilliant. But on a purist aspect, which in one way you could argue you don't get much purer in fighting than bare knuckle combat.
That's true, yeah.
But bare knuckle combat is a farce in combat sports. I wouldn't want Vince McMahon as the person in charge of a company I'm signed for.
Right.
Who has control of who you fight?
Yeah.
No. Unless your name is Mike Perry, no, you don't want that.
Nah.
And because Mike Perry is the face of bare knuckle boxing. Right. Not even just bare knuckle fighting championship. The whole ass sport.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah. That man has beaten... Let me pull up some of the names that Mike Perry has beaten real quick.
Uh-oh.
Because,
here we go.
Because Mike Perry was just kind of floating around in the UFC, kind of a 50-50 journeyman type of a thing.
Uh-huh.
And then he went into box. Well, he went straight into bare knuckle. He beat Michael Venom Page. Ever heard of him? The guy who caved in Cyborg Santos' skull with a fucking knee?
Damn.
Beat TKO'd Luke Rockhold to the point where he was losing teeth. And Luke Rockhold is a former UFC middleweight champion.
Damn.
Eddie Alvarez. His corner threw in the fucking towel. Former Bellator and UFC champion.
Fuck.
Then Thiago Alves. TKO. In the first round, a minute in, who was in the UFC for a long time. And he's a welterweight just like Mike Perry is, so it's not like there's a size difference. But he was the inaugural bare knuckle fighting championship middleweight champion.
Damn.
Like, bro. Partially it's because this man don't give a fuck.
I mean, it sounds like it.
He's also, I'll show you a picture.
Uh-huh.
He's also the blackest white man you'll ever see in your life.
Oh, jeez.
He don't get the pass. He stole the pass.
He probably goes to the Dominican barber just to get a lineup.
Get that fade. Get the fade in the trim.
Exactly.
Oh man, wild. Christ. All right, let me get back to the doc.
Yeah, because we're bullshitting right now.
Yeah, which we'll do for 3 hours. Borderlands 4. Yeah. Randy Pitchford, you're still a fucking weirdo. So a fan posted one day that he was like, Borderlands 4 better not be $80. And then Randy Pitchford said, he was like, real fans will find a way to get it. Like, talking about, like, if you can't afford it, you'll figure it out. Which, yeah. Randy, I know you're rich as fuck, but maybe look around. Read the room.
Mm-hmm.
Shit's expensive.
Shit's very expensive.
A $10 price hike might not seem a lot to a fucking multi-millionaire, but it's kind of a significant price jump for normal people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not one at a time. I mean, like, maybe not once, but, like, when it's adding up and then everything's going up incrementally again and again and again, shit hurts, man. But, point being, all that drama he stirred over that was literally for nothing.
It was for nothing because
Borderlands 4 is $70. Like,
yeah,
every other game
it came out straight up said, "Oh, it's $70."
Yeah. Or
you know that motherfucker got egg on his face.
That's 2K's call, not Gearbox.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he should have said.
Yeah, but Randy Pitchford is Randy Pitchford, and he is
weird.
How do I say this? Outspoken.
Unfiltered. Doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, all those.
Google Randy Pitchford and USB. Do all of that, internet. Just Google those 3 words. Randy Pitchford USB. Or, if you want to get a little bit more creative, Google Randy Pitchford medieval times. Either one will get you the same answer. And you might wonder, what does a game dev, a USB, and medieval times have to do with anything? Well, just
tune in next time, Batman.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yep, exactly.
I don't think that this being $70 actually buys him any goodwill.
No, it doesn't. It buys him 0 goodwill because 1, it's Randy Pitchford, and 2, like we all knew that Borderlands ain't coming out at $80 fucking. Come on now. Like,
there's few games that are worth $80 fucking.
Yeah, I mean, and the fucking deluxe edition will be $80.
No, the deluxe edition I think is like over 100.
Wait, hold on. So, timeout. It's the standard edition,
the ultimate, the deluxe, and then ultimate.
Okay.
Let me look them up. Let me look up the prices. The ultimate's super expensive. I think it's $130.
That makes sense because you get like all the DLC plus you get more Vault Hunters when they announce them.
Let me see. And you know what really grinds my gears with Borderlands 4?
What?
There's a collector's edition, and it does not come with the game.
Bro, you know what?
I hate that shit.
You know what? All right, here's something that grinds my gears.
The deluxe edition is $100, by the way. With the deluxe edition is $100 with the Super Deluxe or the Ultimate Edition being $130.
Oh, that's not too bad. I think I'll just get the base game, to be honest with you.
Fair.
Here's what grinds my gears. How the hell, if you create a collector's edition, why do you not include the game? It doesn't make any sense.
Looking at you, EA.
If I'm spending over $100 on your collector's edition, and you're not including the game, what are we doing here?
Let me put it: if I'm spending over $100 for a collector's edition and it's not coming with the game, it better come with a steak and a dick suck.
Yeah.
Like
it doesn't make any sense.
I want my video game or I want my dick sucked. One of the two.
Yeah. I mean, what did I do? Remember way back in the day when the Overwatch Collector's Edition came out?
Yes.
That had the statue of the Soldier 76?
I own that.
I can't remember how much. I can't remember how much that was, but that came with a disc.
I think it was 100.
Yeah, it was $100.
Yeah,
came with the game.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Right.
And more recently, the Super Collector's Edition for World of Warcraft, $120, came with the game.
Guess what? Collector's Edition, $60. Came with the game.
Nice.
But, oh my god, I need to rant. Steelbook. Real cool. There's no goddamn spot for the game.
The fuck? That doesn't even make any sense.
Right?
Actually, I do like that art on that dragon.
I do too. It is really cool. But
I'm actually kind of happy that they don't have anything there that obscures the art for that Dragon Zord.
But they could just do what Xbox does and put the disc on the other side. Because, let me get to it. All that's on the other side is the power coin symbol.
Nice.
Rain. Nah. I don't understand it, man. Which, I mean, at least it came with the normal packaging also, but I wanted to put this on my shelf.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're good. I don't understand it. Stop making bad decisions, but also this was pretty good priced. I'm not even gonna lie. But I also don't think you can really find it anymore. I think it sold out pretty fast. Who knows? Then there is, because I can move on to this one, because this one's actually just all me anyway. The Switch 2. Got it on launch day. I went to Best Buy for the midnight release for the Switch 2. There's a lot of fucking people there. I think it ended up being like 30 something, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for this area, that's a lot. The only game out for Switch 2 right now that's either not an upgrade or a port is Mario Kart. I'm talking about my Switch 2 stuff, Jamie.
Nice.
Because I figured I could start that without you here anyway, because
I don't have a Switch 2.
I didn't know you had even touched a Switch 2. Until you had said that you played a little bit.
Yeah, my cousin has it, and it's
really nice.
I really like it. I'm sorry, like the Switch 2 is like, yeah, it's kind of an incremental upgrade, but it's an upgrade that is kind of worth.
It's like from Xbox One to the Series X.
Yeah, that's what it. That's exactly what it is.
Now, the battery life still fucking sucks. I think they should have put a stronger battery in there, because, come on, Nintendo. We need more than a 3-hour battery. This ain't Gilligan's Island. This ain't a 3-hour tour.
I don't understand that. Like, why would they not put a better battery in there when it's going to be...
Probably cost efficiency.
I don't know. You could get a better battery.
Yeah.
Like, you can get... Bro, you could get a cell phone battery and put in.
Batteries are dirt-ass cheap.
Shit.
When the Switch is docked, the graphics are beautiful on a television. Absolutely stunning. 4K Mario Kart? Oh my god.
I am actually looking forward to seeing more
But
more first party titles.
what's crazy is when you undock it, and it's 1080p, but it still looks almost as good. Arguably better because I think it uses DLSS.
Nice.
Which, bravo Nintendo for working that out on there. Like, holy hell. I think the mouse thing where you put the Joy-Con on the side and use it literally like a mouse is really fucking gimmicky.
It's gimmicky for now until they can actually figure out games to play with it.
Yeah. Like, they could easily put, like, RTS games out on there now.
You could put a dumbed down version of StarCraft on there.
Yeah. They could do a lot of different things with that. I don't care about it. I'll probably never use it.
Yeah.
The Joy-Cons themselves feel very nice. They're bigger, they're sturdier. I can't really speak on the rumble too much because I can only feel half of it anyway.
Right.
But I like that they feel a lot less cheap.
Yeah.
I love the magnetism of it getting of the Joy-Cons getting docked onto the Switch instead of just on the rails.
Yeah.
That is,
I think
so good.
Yeah, the rail system on the Switch 1 was not the best.
Now, my biggest issue with the Switch 2 actually comes from it being incremental hardware. And that's the fact that it runs the same fucking operating system as the Switch 1.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah. Like, have you not seen the home screen of the Switch 2?
I have.
Okay, it's identical.
Yeah, that's true. But I usually don't pay attention to shit like that. I'll go and I'll turn it on and start playing a game and shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's very minimalistic.
Yeah.
But, like, it's 2025, Nintendo. Why are the only themes available on the Switch are light and dark? Which, let's be real, if you have anything in light mode, you're a fucking sociopath who needs to get checked out at a mental hospital.
Yeah, I agree.
You put that shit in dark mode immediately. Like, we don't need that shit blinding us.
Also, I'd like to have, I know Nintendo wouldn't do it for reasons, but I wish you could put like custom backgrounds like of the games that you played.
Yeah.
Just like how the Xbox has, where like you can take a screenshot and put that as your background.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Sony sort of has that, but not really. Theirs is weird. But then, like, even then, I think you should be able to, if you have, like, say for example, you have the game, like, if you have Smash Bros. Ultimate. Why can I not make my background, like, you know when you open the game and it shows, like, that, like, screen for, like, booting up and stuff like that for a minute? Of, like, specifically with Smash Ultimate, of, like, all the characters, like, fighting each other and shit. Like, why can we not have those as backgrounds?
I don't understand why they couldn't do something similar to how the like 360 had way back in the day, where you could actually some achievements were tied to getting like special like themes and shit.
Yeah, the post blade system.
Yep.
Which they could bring back the blades and I'd be so happy.
The blades would be nice.
Best gaming operating system to date. Like, well, I should say UI to date. But oh my god, it was so good. I would say my ultimate impression of Switch 2, before I ramble on about that. There's really only one game for it right now.
Mario.
Everything else is ports or upgrades. Unless you want a console that plays Pokemon Scarlet and Violet super crisp with because that's one of the games that got a free upgrade instead of the pay $10.
Yeah, my cousin was talking about that. Like, you can
Yeah.
see a hell of a lot more Pokemon
Dog,
to the
that
point
game
where it's
runs like butter.
It's like, wow, like this is what it looks like on a real console.
Yeah. So if you want a console that's oh, well, I'm gonna play my Switch games, but they're gonna for the most part be more powerful, and I've got Mario Kart, worth. If you want a console that right now only really has one game, not worth. Now, I will say I'm not criticizing it for that, because Nintendo did exact same thing with Switch 1. Switch 1 dropped. There was really only one game at launch, Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
A month later, Mario Kart came out. A month later, Splatoon came out. And every month they were dropping bangers.
Well, see, that's it's good and bad. Because
keeping that trend up
Nintendo is
with this.
they were dropping good games monthly, which is pretty good. You know what I mean? But now it's like, well, what's next? Well, we got Donkey Kong coming out.
Let me look. We've got Donkey Kong. I believe we have Kirby remaster coming out. The Forgotten Lands or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
Video games, Switch 2.
Well, I'm waiting for them to make like Splatoon 4, because I think that's gonna be.
Oh god, that'll take a while.
Like Splatoon is such an underrated gem of a title on Nintendo. Like, there were what was it? There was a what was it? There was a what was it, Foam Stars?
Yeah.
Like it was
the game that died
the
off
game
real
is
fast.
often duplicated, never. Yeah. And I was like, well, everybody was saying, well, Splatoon is still, it's fun, but it's like, it's not Splatoon, but it's still fun, So I'm like, well.
In July, we've got Donkey Kong and the Super Mario Party Switch 2 edition.
Oh, there you go.
In August is Kirby the Forgotten Land, Switch 2. In September is Daemon X Machina 2.
Nice.
October is Pokemon Legends ZA.
Well, that's definitely going to be a system seller.
And that's as far as it goes right now. Because, there's still Kirby Air Riders, the Dusk Bloods, the new Hyrule Warriors, Metroid Prime 4. None of those have release dates.
Time out. Isn't there supposed to be a Nintendo Direct next month?
There was a Nintendo Direct today.
No, but that was specifically for Donkey Kong. There's supposed to be I know it's coming either in July or August.
They're normally in June around what would have been E3 time.
Okay.
But over the past year and a half, Nintendo's only been announcing the Direct 3 or 4 days beforehand. So we really don't know. I would say probably there's one in July. That'd be a safe bet. But
because I know they have to have one to talk about games that are coming up
this fall,
in the wintertime, in the fall and winter.
Yeah.
They're not gonna just go through and they're not gonna talk about nothing,
no,
until September. They have to come out with something.
For sure.
What I mean?
And
I really, because Madden's gonna be on there. So they're gonna have to talk about Madden's
already listed with a release date for Switch 2.
You said what?
Madden is already was already on GameStop's website with the release date for Switch 2.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I would say that with going based off of the same launch schedule that Switch 1 had, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it kind of incentivizes a little bit more people to wait a few months.
True.
Like, a little bit less than Switch 1 because this is backwards compatible on, like, the Switch 1. Because, like, you damn sure weren't putting a Wii U disc in a Switch.
And you're not going to put no 3DS game in the Switch.
Yeah. But you can put a Switch 1 game in a Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you've already got that whole library.
Yeah.
I would say that unless there's a big game you want coming up, or if you have the original model Switch,
Right.
wait for a game that you want.
Or do what I'm doing. Wait for a special edition.
Yes. If you have an original model Switch, it's probably time for an upgrade, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, it is time for upgrade.
It's been a hot minute. That Switch has seen some use. It's seen some things.
I mean, I'm going to say, yeah, mine is an original model.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We got ours the same day.
Yes. We did.
At the same place.
Yes, we did.
While you licked your copy of Breath of the Wild.
Yes,
which I
did.
still have on video. But
fun times.
On to the next thing. Spider-Man 94 is getting a return. I'm gonna kind of just brush by this because we don't know a ton of details.
Right.
It's gonna be
I didn't even know it was
comic.
coming out until I saw the doc.
Yeah, it was announced today.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a comic instead of a TV series. Where like X-Men had. It's gonna be 4 issues. It's gonna give Spider-Man a proper ending. Cool.
Right.
It fucking needed it. This is another one that we can really breeze through because the story's in the headline.
Right.
Warner Brothers Games is restructuring, focusing on Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, DC, and Mortal Kombat. So that's really all we're going to see from Warner Brothers Studios, like, ever again, for the most part.
I mean,
kind of expected that.
They had so many other things on there. I mean, I guess you can make, like, I would, like, if they are going to do anything Harry Potter related, I want them to do something not at Hogwarts.
I don't know, Hogwarts Legacy is fire, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, I never played it. I've only seen people play it, and it looks fun. But I'm just saying, like, expand out on the world. Like, that we know that in
give me Harry Potter GTA, and let me be a Death Eater.
Man, that would be wild.
Walk up, you bump against somebody, and they get it. They just start talking shit. Be like, "What you say? Oh, Vada.
Yeah, and they get zapped.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
And then your character calls him a slur because it's a GTA clone.
Yeah.
You mudblood!
Zap their dumbasses.
We haven't talked about that yet. Because it's been a minute. The cast for the Harry Potter TV series.
Oh, we did talk about it. We talked
Not
about
on
it
the
last
pod.
episode. Huh?
I don't think we talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Did we? Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I talked about how they casted a girl of color.
Yeah, and they definitely are about to be calling her a mudblood for 8 years.
Yeah, I'm like, bruh, like...
Yeah, they didn't think about that.
Fucking stupid.
Another one that we can breeze right through because no one's surprised by this. Nintendo, the king of anti-piracy.
Yeah.
Banning people who use the MIG Switch cartridges, which is something that people use to essentially copy Switch game data onto a cartridge.
Yep.
So they can basically tell if a cartridge is legitimate or not on Switch 2, and they're perma-banning you. Like, not the account, they're locking the Switch out of online.
I mean, they've existed forever. I mean, I've used an R4, but I've never owned one.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like whatever, but that's Nintendo is the king of, piracy. They know how to go through, and they've been doing it forever, so it's like, all right, cool,
They've been shutting y'all down for years. Who's surprised?
Yeah. That's the crazy part. I'm like, who would be surprised that Nintendo is hard on people who pirate? Like, that's just,
Right. Here's another one that we can breeze right through. Only because we don't really have details. This is if we had more details, this is very much a deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft announced a partnership with AMD to make the next console generation. Is it too early to even be talking about this?
Yes.
I think it kind of is.
However, Sony is also following suit with a.
I mean, Sony did it first.
Yeah, Sony. But I'm like, okay.
We're just now getting games that are exclusive to this generation.
Yeah, like I'm like, why do we need consoles? Like we have at least 65% of the United States has high-speed internet.
Yeah.
You should be able to not have a physical console anymore. Do what they had for when Amazon was about to do their thing, the Luna,
the cloud
where
sticks.
all you did was that and the Luna. Remember, because you needed the controller. So, like, just sell the controller and accessories, and then you're good.
Well, that was literally a cloud stick you plugged into your TV.
Yeah,
like a Chromecast.
Mm-hmm.
I
think it's way too early because there's a lot of people that don't have these consoles have not been unlocked to their fullest yet.
I agree, because
and I'm like,
you could say, but they've been out for almost 5 years. Well, yeah, they came out at the height of COVID when no one could get them because they were being scalped like crazy. And devs were aware that people couldn't get them, so they just kept making the games for Xbox One and PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, in all reality, like, of making games solely for Series S and X and PS5, we're 2 years in. Like,
yeah. Also, my thing is, because these did come out, like you said, during the COVID years. It's like, fuck, what was I about to say? I don't lost my train of thought.
They kind of don't count.
Yeah, like those years don't really count. Also, like Sony came out with the PS5 Pro. What games do you have that are able to use that Pro feature?
Rebirth.
Like you just made a console to be making a console at that point. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They're trying to. I think what Sony is trying to do is they're trying to keep up with their cycle. That's all they're doing at this point. That's all they're doing is trying to keep up with a crazy cycle that like shouldn't exist anymore. Like the demand isn't there for higher powered, whatevers. I mean, shit. Look at what's going on in the PC world. Like they're the 5900 series
5090.
of 5090. Bro, it's too powerful. Like it's melting people's like.
I was gonna say it's melting their PCs.
Yes. Like, so if PC is having a hard time trying to struggle,
pump the brakes, everybody. Pump the brakes.
Yeah, you don't have to, you don't have to go through and start cranking out newer consoles every 8 to 10 years.
We don't need evolution for the sake of evolution.
Yes.
I actually think 8 to 10 years is fine. We don't need them every 6 or 7 is the problem.
Yeah. Once a decade is fine.
Yeah.
Because technically in that time, technology should have advanced by then.
Yeah. Like, they should literally, in my opinion, they should literally be following the TV model.
Yeah.
Like, 4K got announced. It was wild expensive. Then it became a norm.
Yep.
That took a long time to become essentially the base model television.
Yeah.
A very long time.
Yeah, I agree.
Because how long have we had 4K? Like, in movies and, like, high-end TVs? For fucking ever. Well, not ever, but, like, it was before the previous generation of consoles. So, 2011, 2012, maybe? Because 2013 is when Xbox One and PS4 came out.
Yeah.
And they were 4K capable.
Let me see what TVs are. Let me
But
see. I don't want
4K is the base now.
Damn. I
What?
don't want a giant TV.
Oh, I do.
I'm looking at some 32-inch TVs or smaller. I just wanted to see what they had available. So they've got like there's 33 in there, and it looks like their Insignia. There's a Samsung. That's not too bad. Damn.
Yeah.
That's $230.
So,
That's
4K televisions became a thing. Yep, 2013. Like early 2013. And for example, YouTube just got 4K streaming in February.
Yeah.
Of 2025.
Bonkers.
It took 12 years, everybody, for YouTube, owned by Google, to say,
crazy.
Yeah, you can watch this in 4K. Live.
Oh, yeah, and what's her name, too? Yeah.
You can't even watch 4K on Twitch.
That's true. That fucking break Twitch if you could run at 4K.
Bruh.
But hold on.
Yeah.
Do you actually really want to see some people in 4K on Twitch? There's a lot of beat people at the top.
Let me put it this way.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Because I can either laugh or change the fucking like watcher.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Straight up terrible.
So, are you ready for the last topic on the dock, Jamie?
Yeah, we can get into the last topic.
GameStop.
I'm looking at TVs right now.
Done GameStop again.
GameStop's gonna GameStop. I'm sorry.
So, this issue was apparently isolated to a single store in New York for the midnight release of the Switch 2.
So,
people were coming up, getting pre-rung up for their Switch 2.
Uh-huh.
And a little bit of insight for people who never worked at GameStop, like Jamie and I did. When you buy a console, they have to scan the barcode.
Yeah.
When they give you the console, that barcode has to match, like the serial number barcode, has to match on the receipt for warranty purposes.
Yes.
And also for criminal tracking purposes and all that. They don't actually describe to you, but that's also a very valid form of it. Because if the serial numbers don't match up, they could be like, oh, well, one's stolen, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this one was sold here? Cool, let's go get their ass. But, yeah. So what was this store or DM or whoever made this decision, what was their brilliant idea? We're going to staple the receipt to the box. Well, the Switch 2's box is really thin.
Which
punctured the Switch 2 screen. And some people are like, oh, well, why did Nintendo make the box so thin? Motherfucker!
Cost cutting.
Also,
saving.
One, who would have fucking thought, I'm gonna just staple this $500 console? And two,
Well,
why?
I say the exact same thing of why. Listen, as individuals that former GameStop employees,
Yeah.
there are stickers
Yep.
everywhere
Price
that you
labels.
could have.
You could press a button and it prints.
Yes. All you have to do is take a label, stick it on top of where the receipt is, and you're good to go.
Let me make it even easier for him, Jamie. You go in the back. You grab a roll of the labels, and you put it on the fucking counter.
Yep.
You don't even have to press the button, everybody. You just unpeel the bitch. Just be like,
yeah. It baffles me to no end that I'm pretty sure that store manager got fired out of a cannon.
oh, 100%. Even if the
sure
DM, even if it was the DM's idea, that store manager got shit canned.
Yeah. I would have told the DM, it was like, bro, that's dumb. We have stickers.
Like,
I'm
let's
not
be
stapling
real.
something to a box.
We've both been fired for less.
Yes. So, and I'm like, it's dumb. Like, come on, guys. Like,
this store actively costs GameStop thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, you know,
if you think
GameStop
about
don't like losing money.
Every 2 consoles is a grand lost.
Mm-hmm.
GameStop don't like that.
Yeah, hell no.
No.
They'll have a fit.
Yeah.
They'll be like, I don't want to do all this.
Real fast. And then that's going to report negatively on that store's profit sales for the year, which might get that store shut down.
Yeah, because stores are operating on a really razor-thin margin.
Let's do some math here. New York City, pretty populated, right?
Correct.
Let's assume, and I'm gonna be I'm not even generous. I'm gonna be very liberal on this guess. 100 switches, probably way more. Probably way more. Yeah. Let's assume half of them were damaged by that.
Yeah.
So you just cost your store almost 13 grand. You're not recovering from that for your whole year's shot.
Yeah.
Your year is shot. Not your month, not your week. You just cost your whole store bonuses.
Yeah.
And raises. So you fucked everybody. And more importantly, you fucked your consumers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's zero common sense to this.
No, there is no. It for people that collect the boxes.
Yes, me.
I would not want a box being damaged.
If someone stapled my receipt to my box, I would say, I don't want that one. I would say, give me one that you don't staple.
Yeah, exactly. And you have every right to say something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm 100% sure there were people that said that. And like, bro, I don't want my box damaged. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, I hate to say it. The person deserved to get fired over this one.
Yeah, they definitely did. I would have been like, no, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Sometimes people just don't use common sense at GameStop because that's just like, remember back in the day when they were telling us to put live consoles on the back counter? But I was like, bruh, why? Why are we putting live consoles on the back counter? And guess what? Somebody got fired over it. And then guess what? They were like, hey, this is a bad idea.
Stop doing it.
No shit. Like, of course it's a bad idea. Stupid.
Like, we were both like, this is dumb. This is well above our pay grade, but this is fucking dumb.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are too afraid to speak up.
We
because
weren't.
they'll I mean, yeah. Well, remember, it was a different day and age, you know. And sometimes our DMs and managers were cooler than what these articles are.
Except for
are.
except for, 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 except for except for one whose name rhymes with Rat Boone.
You said who? Rhymes with what?
I said that rhymes with Rat Boone.
Rat Boone.
The DM that fired me.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, what a cunt.
Yeah. Like, as in the thing you walk on the floor and Cartman's alter ego in South Park.
Oh.
The coon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Yeah, the fucking worst. But that's not the point. Someone got fired. 100%. Lost a job, but fuck them. In all honesty, I've got no sympathy for them on that end. I've got sympathy for the people whose console got fucked.
Yeah, I'd be upset because that means you'd have to wait like a day or two just to get a new console.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, y'all motherfuckers have got to be throwing something else in for free, right?
Nope.
Because this is on this is on you. And if they would have said no, I was like, cool. Well, I'm reporting y'all to the Better Business Bureau.
Right.
Hit them right where it hurts, and then they'll backtrack like shit. Like, oh no. Oh yeah, we'll do something. We'll make it right. We'll make it right. Yeah, all right. You better make it right, bitch ass.
Yeah. So Jamie, are you ready for the surprise topic?
Yeah, sure. Surprise topic.
I don't think you're ready. But it's so funny. UFC bantamweight fighter Corey Sandhagen recently said that man has made $2 million on OnlyFans by selling pictures of his balls.
He must have some lovely balls, then.
Now, the question here is, Jamie, would you sell pictures of your balls for $2 million?
Fuck yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm
$2 million?
That's
not even, bro. That's not even a joke. Like,
no,
that's
dude,
like,
for
bro,
real.
like, I'd set that shit up tonight.
And shit?
Bro, I'd set that shit up tonight. If
Right?
I could guarantee that I'd make $2 million by selling pictures of my balls, hell yeah.
Dog,
bro.
You could be like, here's 50 G's. I'd be like, which pose you want? You want the bat wing? You want the alien brain? I'll give you all of it. I've seen waiting. I've seen a bunch of balls. Shit. Watch that movie if you haven't. Really funny. But
yeah.
Like, it's 50 grand shit. $2 million? For balls? Bro. Not even dick? Just balls?
Nuts. My guy.
Literally.
Listen, bro, I'd be doing some extra crazy ass shit, man. I'd be taking pictures all over the place. Like, I take a video of me shaving my balls. I take a video.
How do you just post a picture of balls, no shaft?
Huh? Oh, I don't know.
Like, what's he tape it up and then just post a picture of his balls?
I don't know. I mean, hey, people are weird like that, man. I mean, sometimes people get off the balls. I don't know.
Which, by the way, the episode of this podcast, Jamie, is just going to be called Nerds Gone Wild.
Nice. Yeah.
Because of this topic.
I mean, especially at the top of the podcast. Of course, yeah. The fuck?
Yeah. We're talking about getting fucked by Megan Fox.
Bro, now, you're bugging. Like,
would she sell pictures of her balls?
I'm tired of having a legitimate job. Why can't I have? Because this is some bullshit. Somebody always comes out and does something crazy, and they're like, "Oh, I made like $100,000 doing this one thing." Fuck off, man. Like, I'm tired of coming to my 9 to 5.
10 times. Shit.
Like, shit is upsetting, my dude. Like straight up upsetting.
This is how much of a whore I am for money. You could tell me you make 30 grand a night being a prostitute. I'd be like, what corner? What time? What should I wear?
Man, just like George Carlin says, sometimes you gotta take a shot in the mouth.
And you could be like, oh, but you have to live with that shame. I can afford therapy at that point. Just saying.
Yeah. Times are tough.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Like,
So.
the life fucks you in the ass. I guess someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
If someone's got to do it, I might as well be making money. Shit. Want a picture of my balls while you're at it?
Oops. Looking wild, man. I can't even believe that. You be asking me that question, bitch.
But the reason I'd ask you is because I knew you would love it.
Yeah, of course.
Because my goal...
We're all tired of being poor. Shit.
My goal is, like, every episode to find, like, the craziest fucking topic, not tell you about it, and just throw you off guard.
Okay. All right, I'm down for that.
Yeah. I mean, you can do the same. I don't give a fuck. Like, but I know it takes a lot to throw me off guard.
Yeah,
but
right.
when I saw this, not his balls, the article about it, that threw me off guard.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're trying to say, like, so how does this, is this feet, what how is he doing it? You know? No shaft, just balls, no taint or grundle, just balls. What
$2 million.
the fuck? $2 million.
And,
bro,
spoiler alert,
I don't know,
no one who's ever seen balls, they're just wrinkly.
Yeah.
It's
Unless
just wrinkled skin.
Unless he has old man balls and they hang down real low.
Then they look like a speed bag. Speed bag balls.
That's the new nickname, Speed Bag.
Oh man, it's fucking great. Like, I want to go to one of his fights if he ever has one at the UFC Apex, where there's like hardly any crowd and they're announcing him, and they go, "Corey, sitting," and go, "Speed Bag." Like, no one else would get it but us. Everybody's just been dying laughing.
Oh my god.
I love it. I love it so much. Well,
fucking wild.
That's it for this episode, everybody. Do us a favor.
Jesus, give us a like. That's how we end it. That's how we end it on balls.
Give us a follow on YouTube and Spotify. Leave a comment. Tell us how much you would sell pictures of your balls for.
Jeez.
Be sure to follow us. Our link tree's in the bio. And if you've got a serious offer for ball picks, hit me up.
Yeah, right? Yeah, hit me up too. Shit, fuck that.
We'll see you next time, everybody.
Yeah, and in the meantime and in between time, we'll see you guys next time. And this time we won't have too many weeks between episodes.
Yeah, we better not.
Oh, wait, hold on before we end, bro. Don't forget. Are you counting down? Are you counting down the days, bro?
For what? Gundam?
Hell yeah, motherfucker! Oh, here it is. Like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks left.
I was gonna say we got like 3.5 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, man. Oh, I gotta put my thing down on for portals. That reminds me. That way I can go through the opening.
Oh yeah. That's a Friday, dog.
I don't know if I'll be able to make it on Friday. I'll have to make it on Saturday.
Word.
They're doing something on Saturday, right?
Oh, I don't know about the event, but I just said the stuff drops on a Friday.
Yeah, I mean, I got my stuff reserved, so I can, you know.
But you can always just pick it up that Friday after work, fuck around, then come in Saturday prepared.
My God. No, I can't do all that.
You absolutely can.
Or maybe I could.
Find out next time on Dragon Balls Z.